Hello dear friends, welcome back. We are discussing about the anatomy of the human respiratory system. Previous lectures were about the discussion on the nose, nasal cavity, and we discussed about the anatomy of the the pharynx. Now in this lecture, as you can see on the screen, we are having written that the anatomy of the larynx. So let us discuss about the anatomy of the larynx. First of all, I will define the larynx. What is larynx, right? And then we will see its functions, important functions, then the location, size, and other important things about the larynx we will see in the upcoming lectures also. So let's define larynx. What is larynx? The larynx is the upper expanded part of the lower respiratory tract. You know, our respiratory system is divided into two parts, upper respiratory tract and lower respiratory tract. The upper respiratory tract comprises of the nose, the nasal cavity, and the pharynx, right? And the lower respiratory tract, it is comprising of the larynx, the trachea, the bronchi, bronchioles, and the lungs and the alveoli. So we will see them also. So we say the larynx is the upper expanded part. Expanded part means it is the part of the lower respiratory tract which is a little bit expanded. The lower parts other than this larynx are collapsed or very small diameter, right, tubes. So the larynx is the upper expanded part of the lower respiratory tract which is modified for producing sound. There is another function also that larynx plays is on the organ of phonation, we say. It produces sound, hence it is also called the voice box or the organ of phonation. So the larynx, the other name for the larynx is voice box or organ of phonation or sound box, we also say. It acts as a sphincter at the inlet of the lower respiratory tract to protect the trachea and the bronchial tree from entry of any material other than air. My dear friends, it is the organ. Above this organ there is pharynx, right? And below this organ there is the trachea and the lungs. Okay, so we say this is the organ, this larynx is the organ which prevents the entry of other substances, anything other than air, to the lower respiratory tract. So it's also providing a protective part for the lower respiratory tract, right? So it's a sphincter like at the inlet of the lower respiratory tract to protect the trachea and the lower part of the respiratory system from the entry of any material other than air, right? Then the functions of the larynx include the phonation, it produces sound, respiration, it means breathing, protection. Here I discuss it acts as a sphincter and does not allow materials other than air to enter the lower respiratory tract, and deglutition. Deglutition means swallowing something. So it also helps in swallowing of the eaten materials. Then this was about the introduction of the larynx. Now what is the location, the exact location of the larynx? So larynx, it extends from the root of the tongue to the trachea, in front of the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth cervical vertebrae. So it is located in front of the it starts and at the level of T3 and ends at the level of C6 vertebra, right? However, in children and females a little bit higher in position. Okay, what is the size? As my dear friends, larynx is a tube-like structure. So it has the vertical length, the transverse dimension, and the anterior posterior dimension, right? So in males, the length of the larynx is 4.4 centimeter, or we say 44 millimeter, and in females its length is a little bit lesser, so we say 3.6 centimeter or 36 millimeter. Its transverse area diameter is 4.3 in male and 4.1 in female, and anterior posteriorly it is 3.6 in male and 2.6 in female. Okay, Next, what is the skeleton of the larynx? The skeleton of the larynx means it is made up of what? The framework of the larynx made up of cartilages, ligaments, and fibrous membranes, and certain muscles are present there which move the larynx here and there. So the skeleton of the larynx, the framework of the larynx is made up of a series of cartilages which we will discuss here, the paired and unpaired cartilages. It is also, these cartilages are connected with certain ligaments and fibrous membranes. We will discuss, look, this is the thyroid membrane, okay, then there are certain ligaments present, right? Look, this is median cricothyroid ligament. I will discuss about each of them later. And then all these ligaments and fibrous membranes and these cartilages are moved through special muscles which we will discuss about the muscles of the trachea, of the larynx also. So you can see these are the muscles of the larynx. Okay, so definition, location, size and skeleton. Now about cartilages, look carefully. There are the cartilages of the larynx are divided into two groups: the unpaired cartilages and the paired cartilages. The unpaired cartilages are one and large, right friends, and the paired cartilages are two, we say, and smaller. So the unpaired cartilages are thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, and epiglottis. These are the unpaired cartilages. As you can see here, this is the thyroid cartilage. This one I will discuss it later. Then there is the cricoid epiglottis. Look, this is epiglottis, and then there is the cricoid cartilage. This one is the cricoid cartilage. So this one cricoid, this is cricoid, this is the thyroid cartilage, and this is the epiglottis. So these are the which cartilages? Unpaired cartilages. And then there are paired cartilages. These are arytenoid cartilage, corniculate cartilage, and cuneiform cartilage. Okay. Then I have said here the principal cartilage of larynx are cricoid, thyroid, and two arytenoids. These are the very important cartilages of the larynx. We will see their function later, right? So in this lecture, what did we discuss? We discussed about the introduction of cartilage and the cartilages. Now in the next lecture, I will discuss about each cartilage: the thyroid, cricoid, arytenoid, corniculate, cuneiform. Each cartilage I will discuss in next coming lectures, right friends? So be with us, don't go anywhere. If you like these lectures, please do comment to me, and please do subscribe our channel and share these lectures with your friends also. See you guys in the next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.